Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are getting ready to fight Macedon. We're not ready yet, but we're getting ready to fight Macedon, and to that end, I would like to begin fabricating a claim on something. What is this? Armenia Superioris? Yeah, something like that. Where would that be in this extensive list? Here we go. We'll begin fabricating a claim on that. Excellent. I'm not going to move these guys just yet because that's going to take a while. But for now, let's get going on that one, and let's get back to some of these building constructions as we wait for that claim to finish up. So next up will, of course, be Karn, and that is right up over here. And what do we want to put in here? Definitely a forum and 2 Freeman districts. Easy enough. Next up would be Ball over right next to it. Sure. So that looks fine. We would put in 2 forums and a Freeman district. Okay, well that's very familiar sounding. Next up would be Malos. Right up over here. Sure. So that would be 2 Freeman districts and then a tax office. So that one's going to start producing some serious tax gains pretty soon. I like it. And then beyond that would be Taineron. Where are you at? All the way over in the Peloponnesian Peninsula. Okay, so we can put in 3 here. This would be a slave trader, a tavern, and then a forum. Excellent. Do we have any colonizable territories, actually? No, we don't. Beautiful. Wait, is the military experience capped? It is. Okay, so that's capped at 200. Noted. So we can't get any additional military traditions because we've not studied their ways of war using the cultural decision with the following requirements. Do we have any of these decisions that we could even do? I would be a little surprised if we did, to be honest. So that would be under decisions, right? And decisions are somewhere. I forgot where. It's not under the macro builder, that's for sure. It's one of these. There's also missions that we haven't been working on. We maybe should. We already control, like, all of this. I kind of forgot about this. I guess we could start this mission, and we can probably complete, like, all of this immediately. Yeah, that's fine. So, expanding the miner workforce, we would need this to produce or import wood or olives, and we would need to produce or import fish. Honestly, we can come back to this. It's fine. I'm not too concerned about it. But we need to go to decisions, right? So decisions are definitely here somewhere. And I've completely forgotten where to find them in Imperator, which makes me kind of sad. Diplomacy. It should be under, like, our nation overview, right? Yeah, it's right here. I'm dumb. Okay, so all of this is setting up various different types of production. Yeah, so we can't actually study any cultures. That's understood. So, looking at the missions then, let's go to... That's not... Okay, let's get rid of that. So this is going to be down over here, right? So this would need to be importing fish or producing it. So we'd have to import the fish here. We can get rid of the sheep. That's fine. And we'd also need to get rid of one of these grains. And then we would import fish. There we go. And then what else would we need? We would need to produce or import wood or olives, or this would need to be a city and capital. Honestly, I think we would just import wood or olives. So we could do that. We can just import wood like so. There we go. Problem solved. And in theory, now we should be able to do this, right? One of the following must be true, but I think it also needs to be a city and the capital. Okay. So to that end, we can start this upgrading, and we can also set this to be the capital. We'll relocate the capital there. And that'll be fine. So I think that that will need to be upgraded to city status. But beyond that, this should be good to go. Okay. So So that's absolutely fine for now. While that's happening, we can continue to construct city buildings. We're in fact almost done with these 3s, so that's nice. Next up would be Kahlua, which is up over here. Noted. Okay, so we would definitely put in a pair of taverns and a forum. We also have a scorned family, and Phrygia requires a governor. So who would we want to put in here? Well, this guy would do. Beautiful. We also just got a breakthrough, and that is phenomenal. We need to decide where we want to put this. I feel like we're pretty good as far as our military goes. I don't care too much about our naval upgrades. So we could think about civic upgrades. I'm thinking about it maybe out over this direction. Specifically, what we would be interested in doing is getting some nice cultural assimilation, which is probably better off to go under religious. And we also could grab threshing board. That wouldn't be bad. But what I'm really thinking about doing is heading out to ban witchcraft, and then assemblies, and then formulaic worship. Major syncretism would not be ideal for us. That's for sure. We do have minor syncretism as it is right now. But if we took prescribed canon into grand temples, well, like I said, what I'm really looking for here is cultural assimilation. Not necessarily religious conversion. Our conversion is going reasonably fine, but formulaic worship would be very good in that regard. But what about oratory advances? This would be interesting because we'd be able to get more aggressive expansion change reduction, which would be good for our expansion. No doubt about that. We could also come out over here and get political influence gains. So something like 25% boost, a 10% boost here. Those are theoretical options. But I'm actually thinking that gradual economic integration might be the way to go. We can start grabbing as many of these aggressive expansion impact reductions, or actually, it's the aggressive expansion impact is not necessarily what we want here. What I really want is the aggressive expansion change. The impact will be useful. Don't get me wrong. But we're going to make our way down this way and get some of this aggressive expansion change that is down here. Yeah, that's the overall concept for right now. So that seems fine. Let's check in on this next city, which would be Hyrapnea, which sounds a lot like an Egyptian city. Cretan, close enough. So we're going to certainly put in some tax offices. There we go. Next up is going to be Mesen. So where are you at? Up over here. Looks good. No, do not build a fortress there. Okay, so we want a tavern here for sure. And then we could put in a tax office. Seems absolutely fine. Next up would be Mop. That is, of course, in, like, the very... Yeah, out over here? No, that's not Mop at all. This is Mop. There we go. Out over in the very center of Egypt. Okay. Where was that again? Right here. Yes. Excellent. So at this point, we want to put in a pair of tax offices there. That'll be fine. And next up would be Leontopolis. So that is right up over here in the Delta. I like it. Pair of tax offices there seem good. How are we doing here anyway? 3 gold per month. That is not bad. Okay. So next up would be Kleisma. Excellent. So that is this city here. Followers of the Risen Lord again. Okay, they're being very rude, but whatever. We are going to pay manpower and political influence here. I would rather not pay the political influence, but the manpower, that's not bad. So we can definitely put in a pair of taverns here to boost up our happiness levels. That seems wonderful. Next up would be Sin, which is actually right up over here. So here we can put in a pair of tax offices. Looks great. And then next would be Butos. Where are you at? Ah, also in the Delta. Beautiful. So a pair of tax offices go in there. Next would be Geb2. Actually, Ankira just popped up there, but we'll do Geb2 first. Okay, we could definitely use a Forum and a Freeman District. Looks fine. Okay, next up would be Ankira, which just got an additional building slot. Wonderful. We'll put in a pair of libraries there. That's a research city. Next up would be Mios Hormos. Where are you at? Down over here. Okay. So we'd put in a tavern and then a forum. Moreau would be next. And that would be down this direction. This is a research city, and we would just build a pair of libraries. We're actually already outputting a lot of research from here. That's looking pretty solid. Okay, next up, we would do Rhino Kalura. Where are you at? Up over here. I like it. So we would definitely put in a Forum and a Freeman District. That'll be fine. Note how our money is going upward at this point. And my question is, how long at this point on that diplomacy? Okay, so that's going to be a little over a year yet. So we've got some time. Gotcha. So what is his next city? Right up over here. Sounds great. So this is a research city. Look at all that research we output here. I like it. Okay, next would be Emma Ohm. I mean, we know exactly where that is. So Emma Ohm is right up over... This is not Jerusalem. This is Jerusalem. I was looking for two cities next to each other and looked at the wrong one. Okay, so here in Emma Ohm, this is, of course, a research city, and we're going to put in 2 libraries there. The next location would be Jerusalem itself, and that produces a crazy amount of research. And we're going to continue to boost that with another pair of libraries. This place is pretty maxed out, and that's fine for now. Next up, oh wow, one with 3 building slots. Amazea. So that is up over this way. That just got a 3rd building slot available, so that sounds good. There we go, that is now done. And we would do Maresha next. Beautiful. So that's right down over here. Another pair of tax offices going in sounds great. Semble would be next. That's up to 3 building slots. So that just got one. Okay, what do we want to put in here? Well, definitely a tavern and a pair of forums. Beautiful. Next up would be Baalbek. Where are you? Up here. Okay, so a pair of tax offices. And at this point, I'm going to stop drilling, and I'm going to move these guys up towards some of this Macedonian territory up here. And then these guys are going to stop drilling, and are going to move up towards this Macedonian territory up here. So we'll just get that on the way. We'll have the claims done fairly soon. Next up would be Atar, which actually got a 3rd building slot. Okay, sounds great. And this is going to be a Freeman District and a pair of tax offices. Cool. So next would be Chalkis, Lebanon, which I would guess would be in Lebanon. That's a pretty good guess. And next up, we would be putting in a pair of tax offices there. Cool. So Arvad would be next. And that is right up over here. Noted. Looks good. And then Ramita. Cool. Nope, I do not want a fortress here. Get out of there. This is a research city. That seems fine. Cool. Karium? Where are you at? Right up over this way. Excellent. So this needs a pair of tax offices. Wonderful. Next would be Daphne, which I believe is just over to the northwest. Nope, it's actually right next to it. Never mind. I was thinking it was up here. Okay, so this is going to be a pair of forums and nothing else. Sounds good. Next is Symbol, which has gotten a 3rd building slot. Okay, sounds great. So that is going to be down over here, and this is a research city. We need to put in a trio of academies here. Sounds great. Next up is Kessie. Where are you at? Sure. So this is going to definitely be a tavern, followed by a Freeman district. Okay, next would be Adma. There's no N in that. Gotcha. So we're up over this direction. This is going to need 2 academies. Sure. And also a lot of population. Delanda would be next, which has gone up to 3 building slots. Sounds good. And we're going to definitely put in 2 taverns and a forum here. Beautiful. Okay, next would be Charmadara. And we're going to be going to war here fairly soon. That's for sure. So we're going to put in a forum and a Freeman district. Note how our... Ooh, 4 building slots here. You must have been disloyal. Okay. So we're going to get this done, but note how our gold is going up at this point. This maintenance is not costing very much to invest in. So we're going to put in a forum. We're going to put 3 Freeman districts here. Perfect. So next is Antikythera Mesopotamius. And where are you at? Out over here. Excellent. So this is another slave location. We'll put in 2 forums as we start to transition that into kind of a Freeman area as well. So Dabram would be next. That is down this direction. Looks good. We'll put in a pair of Freeman districts. Oh, another 3 building slot. Hierapolis Costabile. So that's right down over here. Excellent. That's going to be 3 forums. Wonderful. And next up would be Ark. Down here. Cool. So we're just going to put in a pair of tax offices here. Comana Pontiki would be the next location, and we have our CB. Okay. The space is going here instead of pausing the game. Wonderful. Okay, now we can pause the game. So I want to put in a pair of taverns here. That'll do. And at this point, we want to declare on Macedon. So that's going to be our primary focus for the moment. We're going to declare war here for Armenia Superioris. The Armenian Revolt will join in here, as will Ani. I don't think we care about either of these, to be honest. So let's get that going. They're probably going to wander around in our territory a bit, which is, you know, rude. But we don't have a lot to stop them, and for now, this is fine. We're going to go in and take this fort nice and quick, and we're going to take this location. Excellent. So that'll get stack wiped, no problem. And this siege will fall very, very shortly. That's not going to take long at all. Wonderful. Barbarians, of course. Actually, they're instantly under control? That's convenient. Macedon is immediately offering us peace. And this is what they're offering. This here, and all of this. I really wish that this screen here told us what we would get for aggressive expansion there. I suppose we could come in here and just try to replicate it, but that's a lot of work. And we need to actually occupy it. So at this point, there's no way to actually know unless we just go through and add it up manually here, which is kind of insane. So this would be Armenia Superioris, which is here. So that would be 3.6 plus Tehran, which would be 9.6. So that would be like 15. We're just estimating here. So then Bithynia Superioris would be another 0.8. So that's like 17, call it. Iris Superioris would be... Where are you at? 3.2? So call that around 19. Pisidia would be another, call it 2. So we're going to call that 21. And then Caria Inferioris. 9.6. So that would be about 30 aggressive expansion. We already are at 9.8. I'm leaning towards accepting this and just going home. It seems reasonably fine. We could get more, but not much more if we didn't want to go over 50 aggressive expansion. And this would mean that we have this faster, not this faster speed, because we're the aggressors in a war, but we would have a faster aggressive expansion reduction for longer. I think this is probably good. I'm going to just take it. The war's over. Just instantly. Beautiful. So that is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, that puts us at about 40. That's about where I expected to be. And that seems great. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to put these guys onto road build. And we would just build roads all around here, like that. Probably also making sure that we're connected here and here. About like that. Then we want to come around over this way and make sure that we're connected up here. And then come down to our new territory down here. That would then come through like so. This is still controlled by Macedon out over here. But we do have some awkward areas out this way that is controlled by us. So I would like to make sure that we control all of this and we have this road built around this direction. And then we come back up over here and make sure that this is built like that. So something along the lines of that for this set of roads. And then we would need to build some roads out over this way as well. So let's move these guys out. And yeah, we didn't take everything that we wanted to, but honestly, they were willing to give us the vast majority of what we wanted for not fighting at all. And I'll take that. That'll get that truce sticking faster. And you can see here, yeah, we're losing like a third more aggressive expansion. So that's wonderful. Very happy about that. Okay, so now we're going to come out over this direction. Make sure to get these roads built like so. We're going to need to make sure to have a triangle structure there, and then come out over here. Triangle structure here. Come out this direction, and build a road down like that. Then make sure that there's a triangle here, and then come out here like so. Okay. This is where it gets kind of awkward up this direction, but we can certainly make sure that there are connections like that. And then around this way. And then all we'd pretty much need is a connection here and here, right? I guess a triangle structure down here would make a lot of sense. Something like that. And that would be all of that new territory. Cool. So yeah, they were just willing to give that to us, just outright, without actually fighting. I like it. And that brings our aggressive expansion up, so that gives us a fair amount of time. Now, we do need a new governor out over this direction. That looks good. And a new governor out over here as well. And yeah, we're still capped here. I mean, that's still boosting our morale of armies plus 10%. That's really not bad. And we do want to make sure that we are building any mines that we can, as well as any farming settlements that we can. So we'll get all of those built. Wonderful. And then we can check some of these new cities. And yeah, there's definitely some decent ones here. So Barglia has 15 building slots available. So this is a new city down over this way, and we should enable automatic trading. That is definitely a thing that we should do. We produce dyes here, and we're already producing 4. We have 71 slaves and nothing of anything else here. Okay. So we'll do something like this. This is not going to be done yet. We ran out of gold. That's a really good thing. We're very glad that we ran out of gold. While we're waiting for more gold, I want to go through our administration here and make sure that all of these... Yes, this is fine. This is now a city down over here. That's noted. I want to make sure that all of these are set up to automatically trade. There should be a couple more than that. We already did one. I would expect that there would be a couple more, though. But I do not see them. Okay. Well, I guess that's fine. So back up over here, we want to put in 2 forums, and then we're going to want to put in 3 Freeman districts, and then a tax office. So that sounds wonderful. Why are you not building roads? Buddy, why are you not building roads? Get back over here. Actually, just stop moving. Stop moving. Build a road, And then we're going to come down over here like so. Make sure that... Actually, this is already all built. In that case... He stopped building roads over here. I think I overspent our money is I think what happened there. So he would build roads like this then, right? And then come down over here, and then we would come out over this direction and build a road up here. And then we come back down over this way and get all of this done. Something like that. Like that. And then make sure that this is going in here. Okay. In theory, that should be good. Jerusalem is prospering, and do we want to gain 5 stability and lose 5 tyranny? Actually, kind of, yeah. Let's do that. Untiring Devotion is gaining us 3 more stability. That's wonderful. And we could also invoke a Divine Sacrifice to offset our aggressive expansion somewhat. So that seems very good. I like it. Let's pop back down over here and make sure that's good to go. It is. So the next city would be What? Okay, I hit the wrong button there. The next city would be Alexandria Latmoy. So that is right up over here. Beautiful. This produces iron. Absolutely, we're making this a production city. There's no way around it. We are 1,000% making this into a production city. So that seems great. That was a very painless war, no doubt about it. They just instantly gave up. I love it. So we're probably going to have like one more war against Macedon before we look to vassalize what's over here, would be my guess. But let's put in 3 slave traders here and just... Actually, I'm going to do 2 slave traders. A minor addendum? Yes. 6 stability is fantastic. So we're going to absolutely grab that. That'll be very good for us to get our stability back up. Wife required? I don't really care. Okay, so we need a slave trader here, and we need some taverns in here. Wonderful. Then, of course, we're going to need forums, and a ruler was born. Okay, sure. Let's just wait for this month tick, and we'll get these 2 forums built. And then it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to drop our aggressive expansion again, and probably start thinking about going to war after next episode. So that'll definitely be an interesting thing. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.